That's good. I want y'all to make some noise for my boy Mario Reyes. Come on, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Evolution Brewworks Temecula, how we doing? All right, if we're drinking, let's hold those up tonight. I want to see the drinks. Even in the bar. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of drunk drivers on the road tonight. All right. I want to give a big shout out to the New York Knicks for Game 3 victory tonight. Who is a basketball fan? Yeah, nobody here, right? Nobody. I bet if the Lakers were in it, we'd all be like, yeah, woo! Because I know a few weeks ago when the Ducks were in the playoffs, I saw all those duck flags all around town. 1 week later, I didn't see no fucking duck flags. I know Los Angeles is not a hockey city because they had a protest recently for no Kings. Yeah, I didn't know that. It actually had something to do with out hockey. I wasn't sure of that. I'm not a basketball fan. I'll tell you guys that right now. I didn't start watching basketball until 2 days ago when they were booing Donald Trump. And I was like, fuck yeah, I can get behind that one. I didn't know what was orange or his face or the ball. But he definitely had like some sleep apnea. He was like, I'm like, bro, like they were cheering for you, kinda. But I will say I am a huge baseball fan. And if you've been here before, I know we got some Angel fans in here before, and they hate me because I'm a Dodger fan. I gotta say this though, I'm a hardcore, let me tell you how hardcore of a Dodger fan I am. Last week I did a show down in San Diego at a club called the Mic Drop Comedy Club, which is one of the famous clubs in San Diego, Mic Drop, been there forever. Well, I went out there wearing, I have a sponsorship with Dixon, so I was wearing a yellow Dixon that looked like a Padres Dixon, and I was doing a 15-minute set. When I saw my light come on at the 14-minute mark, I undid my shirt and took it off to reveal a Dodgers jersey. Yeah. Yeah, I had to let San Diego know the reason I was there was because I'm looking for trophy space to rent from Petco Park. Because Petco Park, their trophy space is empty as fuck right now. So I figured I was going to rent some space from them. But I also told San Diego, don't worry, San Diego, we're going to use your stadium in October. We're going to turn it into a spirit Halloween. So, and you'd think I would get murdered in San Diego, but they actually laughed at that. I'm like, all right, so I got some love down there. I'm surprised. Speaking of Donald Trump, Donald Trump's birthday is this weekend. Fuck him, I don't care. But he is going to be celebrating by having a bunch of half-naked, sweaty men fighting on his front lawn. I think that's pretty lame. I don't know why he wants to do that, but that just, all right. Can we say that's gay? Can I say that today?
Yeah.
It's gay. He's going to have a bunch of half-naked men on his lawn. That's gay. But I got to say, Donald Trump, it's his 80th birthday this weekend. And who here believes in reincarnation? Nobody? Reincarnation? Yeah. Let me explain to you how reincarnation works, okay? In order for reincarnation to work, one soul has to die for another soul to come in. And if you're following, Adolf Hitler died in April of 1945. Donald Trump was born 1 year later in June of 1946, and that's my belief that Donald Trump is Hitler reincarnated. I seriously believe that. Okay. Let's see. What else? You know, let me go up here. Do we have any stoners in the audience? Where's all my stoners? You're a stoner? You're a stoner?
Past, before, a while ago.
Past, present, always. You know what? I recently learned, I tried to quit smoking weed. I really did. On 420, I said, I'm going to stop smoking weed. Yeah, about 422, I was like, that's a dumb idea. And but I found out it's easier for me to become a vegetarian than it is to quit smoking weed. Because none of my friends just come to my house with bags of steaks to fucking hang out. You know? But I do identify as a stoner, ladies and gentlemen. My pronouns are he, hi. Okay, that was me in the parking lot if you didn't smell. Where's my singles at? I know I got a couple here. Where's my singles at? Any singles?
I love my tortas, my BBWs. I know there's some out there because I can hear them breathing. Yeah. Do you know how to make someone on the left lean right? You shoot them in the neck. Oh, that was too soon. I gotta say, I was telling my friends in the parking lot, the day after Charlie Kirk got killed, I did a show in Redlands, California. That was my first mistake. I didn't test the audience. I didn't really feel the audience out, not realizing it was a major Trump bar. Yeah, Redlands, California. Hangar 24 was a major Trump sheriff bar, too. I didn't realize that. Didn't read the fucking room. And I had the DJ. This is literally 24 hours after Charlie Kirk was murdered. I had the DJ bring me up to Bon Jovi's Shot Through the Heart. And I had the whole crowd singing along, and I stopped. I was all, do y'all think that was his favorite song? And then I said, nah, it was probably Protect Your Neck by the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah. And then I said, like a sniper in Utah, I'm going to take those shots. Yeah, I know. I am insensitive. I don't give a fuck. You said you had a stroke in February? I had a stroke before I came here this afternoon. Do y'all know that if you watch pornography, it's the only thing on the internet you're not going to see any ads? Could you imagine if you were jerking off to Pornhub and it's all, hold that nut, we'll be right back with a message from our sponsors. Like, I don't know if I could hold that nut. I want to thank everybody for coming out here to Ebulution Brewery, Temecula tonight on a Wednesday night. Let's hear it for you guys for coming out. Again, let's hold those drinks up. All right. You know, we have a lot of choices in entertainment. You know. And I thank everybody for coming out and choosing live stand-up comedy. You could have gone out and seen that new blockbuster movie right now, the Michael movie, Michael Jackson. Has anybody seen the Michael Jackson movie? Yeah, it's about to hit $1 billion this weekend. That's going to be the biggest blockbuster since Melania. Right? Nobody fucking saw Melania. But no, I gotta say, the guy that played Michael Jackson, he did a great job. He was a great Michael Jackson impersonator. When I was little, I was in church, and my Catholic priest, he was also a Michael Jackson impersonator, but he didn't do any of the singing and dancing. He just did all the kid touching.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Speaking of Michael Jackson, do we remember Farrah Fawcett?
Oh yeah.
Do you know that Farrah Fawcett is responsible for Michael Jackson's death? It's a true story. You can look this up on the internet. It hashtag Farrah killed Michael. And what this belief is that on the morning of Michael Jackson's death, Farrah Fawcett died first. And when she got to heaven, Jesus said, Farrah, you were such a great earthly soul. I'm going to grant you one wish. And Farrah didn't even think hard. She just said, Jesus, I want all the children of the earth to be safe. No more child predators. 2 hours later, Michael Jackson was dead, ladies and gentlemen. That's a conspiracy theory that I made up, and we're going to push it tonight. Hashtag Farrah killed Michael. All right? I got to say, I was married before, too. I was married for 15 years. And then one day I came home, and I decided after 15 years, I didn't want the condo. I didn't want the 2-car payments. I didn't want the guy that was sleeping in my bed with her. I let her keep it all. Especially the guy. I didn't like him. Yeah. In fact, you know, I knew that my ex was cheating on me because I knew she had an addiction to the Five Guys, but I thought it was the hamburgers. Turned out it was actually Five Guys. And then I ended up leaving her after I did she did the 23andMe. Not the ancestry test. That's just how many guys I found out she was fucking. It was 23 and me. So I had to go. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to get that, fuck my ex-wife. She ain't gonna see this. I can say shit, Anyway, I do want to say, I mentioned earlier I am single. And I've tried every dating app out there. I've tried Tinder. I've tried Bumble. I've tried don't try Grindr. Grindr was a big pain in the ass. I never met any real girls on Grindr. Just a bunch of fat dudes with dicks, tits, and Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah. All right. Hey, Little Rob, I got a question.
were saying Spider, right?
Yeah.
If the guy Spider ever was gay, would his new name be Daddy Longleg? Just curious.
That was his brother.
That's his brother. His brother's the gay one, Daddy Longleg. You know, I was wondering because we are sometimes the product of our environment, and we move out of that environment. And we think sometimes that environment might follow us. An example, recently I heard that one of the astronauts that was on the Artemis 2 mission, Victor Glover, was from Pomona. And when I first heard that there was an astronaut from Pomona, I was like, all right, what's he going to go do, tag the moon? Is he going to write fucking P-Town, Moon, 2026 or some shit, you know?
Imagine.
That's what I was thinking. Because I can go to Pomona right now, and I can find like 5 people on Mission Boulevard that think they're on the moon right now. There's even a prostitute midget on Mission. True story, you can look her up. Okay? But anyways, I digress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our show here at Ebulution Brewery for Wacky Wednesday. One more time, who's drinking? Let's hold them up. Alright. I want to say, I not only do I do stand-up comedy, I'm unemployed at the moment. I am looking for new work. I applied to be a paid protester. I just didn't know exactly what to do to be a paid protester. I did have to pass an agility test. They wanted to make sure I could throw rocks. I had to fill out a W-9. Apparently the government pays taxes. You know, you got to pay taxes when you're a paid protester. So, you know, there's that. But not only do I do stand-up comedy, I have my own video production company. And I do a lot of videography. I make a lot of online content. Don't look at me, ma'am. It's not that kind. But no, I do a lot of social media marketing and stuff like that. I work with a lot of bands and athletes and musicians. I worked with Jacob Knoll from Sublime recently. I've worked with Brian Head Welch from Korn. And I also work with a band called the Cottonmouth Kings. And we have a side group to the Cottonmouth Kings called DGAF. D-G-A-F. Does anybody know what DGAF stands for?
Give a fuck.
Sir, watch your mouth. There's women and children. And we are a Christian soccer organization. It stands for Doing God a Favor. Yeah, and if you don't buy that, I don't give a fuck. It actually, it stands for Do Girls Ass First. Or, I'm sorry, Dirty Girls Are Fun. Or Do Guys Ass First. We're equal opportunity. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, DGAF really stands for, if you're drinking and driving, it's DJF, don't get another felony. And, most importantly, don't go away forever. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. You can find me on Instagram Mario Reyes 82. You can find me on YouTube on the Howie Mandel podcast, or every other Wednesday here at Ebulution, Wacky Wednesday.
Give it up for your host, Mario Reyes.
Thank you.
This concludes our night. See y'all in 2 weeks. Tell a friend.
Queso con queso.
Funny. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all come on back and tell a friend.